I'm on the drugs right now. I can use your love right now. With this steady trying to tear me down.
Hey, we can't come in midway through a convo, guys. We back. All right, back to podding.
So sorry.
Mel, my last question for you.
Yes.
Give me your final J. Cole take on the album.
Well, it all started about 3 weeks ago, I think, when it came out.
Yes, take us through it.
And I listened to it, and it was
Fire.
It was it wasn't fire, but but I mean, I'm a J. Cole fan. First of all, I have always backed J. Cole. I've always said I liked him a little bit better than Kendrick. But I was thinking about this, and I just think that me personally, I feel like we all grew up when J. Cole came up on the scene, and his first couple of projects and albums, we always yeah, this shit hard, bro. This shit's crazy. We liked it and stuff. And then as soon as we started growing up, I just felt yeah, we kind of get it. We kind of get what you're about, and we kind of get what you're trying to relay. But it's just, I think I just outgrew.
Just
J.
say it
Cole.
with your chest.
Come on, bro. What are you really trying to say,
That
man?
nigga
What do you mean you
stinks.
outgrew? What
A lot
does
of
that
words
even
to say
mean?
what?
That sounds like a lot of bullshit to me.
He's
though.
boring. He's corny.
He's washed.
Wow.
Oh,
He said it.
this was an instant
Hot
classic,
take.
Melvin. What are you talking about, bro?
You can say that?
Instant
You wake
classic.
up.
Bro, did you hear Joe Budden just added
Joe
all the
Budden.
tracks?
Joe Budden listed it as an instant classic, man. Added all the tracks.
He bought
you
him
serious?
1v1, bro. Individually, he bought each track.
I feel like all the old motherfuckers loved the album. They're like, man, he was spitting, but he kept it with the new kids too. And
It's just all right, bro. I get it. I get it, but it's give me something new, man.
so my issue with it, and we had talked about it, was it's the stuff that I love in artists that are of that magnitude is we want to know what's going through your head. What you thinking about? What's Let Go of My Hand. If you gave me 10 Let Go of My Hands type, I would be fucking in love with the album. Drake does a good job of it too. Even when he drops a little 3-song thing, he'll let you, one of the songs is he just talking about his life. He letting you know where he's at with it, how shit is going.
Yeah.
He always has joints like that. Kendrick had joints like that in his last album. Even Feel is a song I love off Damn. I feel like you didn't like it as much as I did, but I like songs like that where you see where someone's at with
I
it.
listen to it again. It's
Yeah,
good.
I like the song with for me, I think one of his hardest verse is actually on My Life with 21. I thought that was hard. But
Yeah, and I'm at 5 songs saved that I really do like. So it
I
has definitely
see
grown on.
that's the thing. I only really like that one song.
I'm gonna tell you my.
but
I like Applying Pressure. I like
with Lil Baby.
I like Punching the Clock. Pride is the Devil. Let Go of My Hand.
Pride is the Devil.
And what's that one I like?
See,
you already said
You
Punch
mean
in
the
the
one on
Clock.
the other album? This one's kind of mid.
The interlude. No, I'm playing.
So-
Maybe it was. I think it's Close. Yeah. I liked Close.
Can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
Did you pick those songs based on the fact that you grew up loving J. Cole and you just wanted to see which song you liked because it was J. Cole, or was it more wow, this shit fire, let me add it to my playlist?
I think I gave him more leniency in my listen.
Okay.
Because it's J. Cole.
Okay.
But as far as saving them, no. Because for the longest time, I'm like, bro, I only got 3. But then finally, I kept listening. I'm like, okay, you know what? He's earned his spot. Or not earned his spot,
See,
but these have earned their spot.
For
in
me, the
playlist.
second time I listened to it, the only song that sticked out where I was like, okay, this shit is
So
fire.
wait, how many
is
times
My
you
Life.
listen to it?
3. 3, literally. It's just
3 listens is enough.
if it doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't resonate.
I'll for me, I'll put it on my car and shit, and and My Life was really the only one that stuck out to me. But besides that, it's
I don't know.
what am I gonna?
Because for me, 3 listens is the first night of listening to it, and then I'm like, I gotta sit with it.
But I
And
was
then
weeks
I'll-
apart
3
though.
listens in one night?
I was 3. So I
A
listened to
guy
it when
like
it came
that,
out.
that's the thing though. If you're just listening and you don't it's you might like it, might not. But for me, if it's a guy whose album I really care about, yeah, bro, you can't fully take an album off.
See, I didn't really because I already expected we have there was KOD, then we had For Your Eyes Only, and then
Run it up. Count it up.
Yeah,
Count it up. Count it.
so I've already seen that.
KOD
so
was
many,
different.
it's just what version are we gonna get? Are we gonna get oh yeah, let me fold clothes for you? I want to make
That album
you
was
feel
fire,
good.
but I know what you mean about that
Or are we
song.
gonna get the count it up?
It's funny to me. J. Cole's I'm gonna make this type of music that all the people like to listen to. It's really hot right now because it's so easy, and that shit was fucking ass, bro. It's see, you're just not that guy, bro. Stop trying to act like you're not.
I didn't say that.
Hey, we're never gonna have a guest
can't
on
co-sign
this
this.
podcast.
I can't co-sign
We
this,
shit on
man.
Twitter.
J. Cole, the Paul George of rap.
Hey, let's have a conversation.
I'm not playing.
He's living off Born Sinner and 2014 Four Hills Driving dropped fucking mid ever since.
Them features this year. Hey, them features this year was cold though. Them features this year, the features was cold.
Yeah.
And For Your Eyes Only, that was artistic.
He was good on features, yeah, for
So
sure.
I would rate it like if you gave me like after 3 listens and stuff, I would rate it like a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that shit a D.
I'll
What
give
would you
it.
rate? Like honestly,
I give it a 7.5 or 8.
that's a fair.
You get that shit a C plus.
But like for me, that's a discipline. Like, if I'm just giving it as a fair, like just looking at how I like the album. Yeah, it's cool. But like for J. Cole, I would have really liked to have been like, man, 9, 10, or like even if I didn't like all the joints, but like, cause yeah,
He was great.
Stop it. Dude. You gotta stop disrespecting.
How many years has it been?
Just wait until the next one. Just wait until the next
That's
one.
a long ass time.
Okay.
You know what's crazy is they've been asking shit. This kind of obviously off topic. But we talk about their class. They'd be like, "Yo, is Drake falling off?" And I'm like, I'm confused. I'm like, bro, he put out a tape. Did you see what that shit did? His last album went crazy, broke records. How could you fall off? You haven't put anything new out. Like the last thing I put out was fire.
Yeah.
That's like you just had like Game 7 LeBron has 50 points. Then it's like the offseason. Is LeBron washed? Like fam, he hasn't played yet. Like what? Did something happen? That I
Like he hasn't
didn't
dropped
see?
50 points in a while, man.
Yeah, it's been 2 months since he last dropped 50. Like he hasn't played.
So you after listening to the album, it's been probably out for like a month now. I would say, right?
Cole, yeah.
So you would say
Longer,
that,
I think.
you still fuck with the album, but you still think that he has more in tank, like 2%.
No, I like from the album in particular, like I like the songs where you telling us where you at. There was a lot of other things like my niggas was short. Oh, you know, good dope leave a fiend crumping. Good dope have the nigga jumping. Good dope. I'm like, fam, like this is. We were talking about it, like this could be any rapper right now saying this shit. Like Pooh Shiesty, that good fiend. He'll say it different, but he could say the exact same shit. I'm used to that. Remember that song you showed me, the one J. Cole has with Rhapsody, where he's just going crazy, born in a like he was just fucking going crazy, and it's like. He's an artist. I don't have that many artists that I really just study their shit or look back at their shit. But there's rare artists where I hear it and I'm like, yo, that is really fire. Like this is some shit I don't know if I could like to even like I want to be that good. Like I want to have some shit that I could say like, yeah, that's my version of that. That's my and he has shit like that where it's like this man's crazy. He do, Kendrick does, Drake does, all the
Too
great
deep for the intro.
Obviously Kanye.
And I think the argument we had, like, and I think we talked about it, was like when you listen to like, you know, back then when you listen to J. Cole. It was like you could tell he like sat down and like
Poetic,
yeah. Like,
good dope, leave a fiend crumping. Good dope, have a nigga jumping. Got a bread, got a nigga.
Motivate. Like it's just like I don't know, bro. It's just I mean I didn't really expect it from J. Cole, but at the same time it's like well, you know his body of work I feel like is already finished. Like I'm always gonna remember him from Born Sinner. That was my favorite album of his. Good Kid, Mastody.
2014, yeah,
Drive
2014.
was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
4 Your Eyes Only was great when it came out, yeah, because it was really the first, in my opinion, it was really the first artist that I really like got to see a story from, like in a way throughout that album and stuff. But at the same time, I could get the other side where people are like, bro, like what the fuck is this? I'm not listening to
And 4 Your Eyes Only took a second to grow on me, but I do love that album though, and I'm all for artists having albums that are growers like that. Where and if an artist is really that caliber, I think you got to give them that time and give them that listen. Because like if I drop an album and you listen to it once, twice, like and you tell me if it's like, unless it's just straight ass. If it's ass, it makes sense. Like okay, you could just instantly listen and be like, I don't like any of the songs on this motherfucker. But it's like aside from that, it's like. Well, you only heard a couple times. Like, I don't know. Maybe you weren't. Because sometimes you don't even be in the right state of mind to listen to some shit. You hear a whole album, I'm like, nothing's ringing back. Then you hear from other people, but it depends.
How many listens does it take to get a full assessment of an album, in your opinion?
I think it depends. Because, like, if it's ass, like, you might just be like, I'm not going to like it regardless. Like, it doesn't matter how many times I listen to a certain thing. But it's also, like, you get to vote with your own time. So it's, like, it just depends what you find time in listening to. But if it's an artist like Kanye...
They might have a little edge.
I don't know. It really just depends. Like for me, I'm probably gonna listen to the album. It depends. Kanye's God shit. Like I wasn't trying. I'm like, nah, it's over. Like this shit is not. It ain't the same Kanye.
2 listens
just
in,
hurt.
I was like, yeah, this nigga done.
I didn't even listen to the full thing.
It's over.
I was like, it's cool. No, I think I listened once to that shit, and I was like, got it.
I gave it 1.5 listens. I was like,
yeah, man.
I found one song I could like. I was like, okay, that's good enough.
But see, like Kanye's discography is just so amazing, where you could just go back to his like early albums in the 2000s.
Perfect albums.
Man, perfect.
Late
bro.
registration,
Perfect.
might be for Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Graduation.
Girl, I'm off the drugs right now. I could use your love right now, but they steady trying to tear me down. I just wanna tell you now,